I thought I was supposed to say, all right, let's get this started. I was fully prepared on cue.
Oh, you can still do that.
I mean,
Cheers.
Hey, we did it.
Cheers.
We're gonna get drunk.
oh no!
Oh, party foul.
All right. Let's get this started. Come on now. It's never about where you get to. It's how you get there. And it was one of those things that everywhere we went, packed a punch in its own unique way.
It was really intense first couple of days because the schedule was so tight. And, like I'm first time to Canada, traveling across the Atlantic, meeting 6 new guys, all of whom, I knew we were gonna have a good time, but it was a really intense first couple of days. Yeah, it was just like there was constantly something to look forward to, just like different moments, like starting with a bang at Algonquin, then kind of, Belfast Highlands, kind of like the sort of the baseline of like just a really fun evening, meeting at Northumberland, meeting some really great people who are, passionate about what they're doing. And then to have Highlands links to look forward to, and then top it off at Cabot. I don't know, like I think that's what happened for me. Like I just gradually, got into euphoria mode. I don't know, and now we're here.
I'm on my way.
47%.
That's good or it's horrible?
It's not bad. It kind of like has a wide lens, like really have to get.
We're about to meet up with Matt Cardis, founder of Golf in Your State. Really respect his work, really appreciate the way he documents golf, and we've had a chance to hang with him in Whistler, Arizona, Los Angeles, and Riviera a couple years ago. Can't wait to get him out and show off some golf in the Maritimes. Once we get to St. John, we're also meeting Emil Weber, who is the co-founder of Depeche Golf. I think Golfer's Journal, but for Europe. I think he had like 3 connecting flights to get here. May or may not have his golf clubs right now. We're about to find out. Emil, we first had the chance to meet 3 years ago now. He helped us on the ranking side, and we've never met this guy in person. We have no sense what he's like. It's a bit of a risky deal. He's from Berlin, so he might be up at 6 a.m. bumping techno beats while we're trying to sleep. And can't wait to meet this guy and show off some of what the Maritimes have to offer.
A little bit of a panic from Brandon, I'm guessing.
What time is it?
It's so we got to be there in 6 minutes. Hello.
How's it going?
It's good. Are you already there?
Yeah, I just got here.
You're early.
Yeah, I just didn't want to chance it, Need that extra 10 minutes.
That's valid. We're gonna get there.
Actually,
right now.
we're gonna be there early too, which is very rare.
Sick.
Sorry. Canadian Classics Season 5 is officially underway. We're going to the Maritimes, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia. I'm super pumped to go out there with the TPL boys, Cardis and Emil.
Here we go. Tight squeeze.
Yeah.
I think we should start from the beginning with the sick kid on the plane. Like seriously.
Like subconsciously heard like for a long time, and then I look back and like everyone is masked up. I'm like, holy shit.
I was terrified.
destination will be on the right.
83, right?
Yeah.
What's up? How's it going, man? Nice to finally meet you. Yeah, how are you? I like the pup.
Thank you.
What's his or her his name?
Detective Phineas Berger, and yes, he has an Instagram.
Oh, no way.
Hey,
Nice one.
friendly puppy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, take care.
Bye. Summer. Matt. With me too, bro. Here we are. Doing it.
How you doing? How's the energy level?
Hi. Pretty good actually.
Can I take a bag?
Not bad.
Give me something.
Where are your golf clubs?
They actually did make it.
They actually didn't
I
make
thought
it.
you were fucking.
No, it actually didn't make it.
They got lost in Frankfurt and the connection was crazy. It was actually kind
You
of,
had 3 flights to get here, right? So.
and the Frankfurt connection was like I did like barely make it. So.
Stopping in at Jonesy's on the way to Algonquin. Like that was just a fun
I loved it.
start to the trip.
Little roadside stop.
Yeah.
Fucking lobster poutine.
We don't have it every day, but it's
We don't have it every day.
but it's known as a Canadian food. But I guess Maritimes, they're throwing lobster on it. So that's new for us. Yeah, lobster poutine would be something special. So we're gonna go get some.
Where do we go from there?
Right to Algonquin.
I'm not even gonna introduce it. Hey. So I was just saying, I wanted that shot. Yeah, we're good. We're gonna load it all up. Thank you, though.
Absolutely. Have a great time.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
That's the bit. That's the bit I needed. I was just saying I wanted that shot. Pops out. Hey, can I help you?
The red hair completes the.
Definitely, like as soon as he showed up to the interview, he got the job.
Weren't you here?
But yeah, I've played it maybe 4 years ago. Where is it? Algonquin, 59 on my list. So it's right
pretty good.
behind Summit for me, ahead of Stream Song Red.
And that's worldwide.
This is worldwide. Yeah. So I think it's about 15 in Canada.
Yeah, solid.
For me, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I really like the short grass around the greens. I don't know. It's a playful golf course. It's stunning in places. It's fun. Like it's just a fun track. So I guess we're about to meet Zach, who's the director of golf, Steve, who's the head superintendent. So yeah, and I can't wait to hear what Rod and Keith have to say about the golf course when we catch up with them on Zoom. Yeah, guys, I'm fired up. I don't know about you guys. We opened our trip at the Algonquin.
How was it?
It was great.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
You know, St. Andrews, the town, is actually one of the original tourist hubs of Canada. It's one of the original locations people would come up from Maine. The town itself is just stunning. The Algonquin Hotel is even older than the golf course. It's one of those, it's a former Fairmont, that former rail money. It's kind of, you think of Banff, Jasper. This is another, classic Canadian hotel tourist town. And it just so happens to have an excellent golf course with sweeping views of the water and 27-foot tides and East Coast charm and seafood and everything else that goes along with it. So there's definitely worse places to spend a couple years renovating a golf course. And I think we've added our 2 cents to a beautiful property and built some really good golf. So,
what was the degree of your involvement?
Jim Spatz, I guess his name is. He called me and wanted to renovate the golf course or do some work to try to get it, quote unquote, into the top 100 in Canada or so, something along those lines. So
we did 7 new greens, rerouted the property, all new bunkers, many new tees.
We felt like we could do a little better job of the routing for one thing and the connections between holes and redo some of the greens so that they were a little bit more interesting and fun. And certainly wanted to change the bunkering style just a whole lot and make it a little bit easier to maintain, but still have that Scottish feel to them with grass coming down and that sort of thing. So.
Well, it sounds like you guys have a great relationship with Steve. We had a chance to sit down with him as well.
He's done a great job in firming the place up, and also, adding some of these and keeping them really nice and short and playable. Texas wedge, a lot of times when I was there last year, and he's got them just playing absolutely wonderful.
What time of year are you the most stressed? Would it be February or March?
It's pretty steady. Yeah. When people ask me what I do, I generally just tell them I grow grass for a living because it's a simple, we move on to the next question answer. But there's so many variables that we're responsible for on a golf course, and especially on a golf course like this where we're cutting grass at fractions of an inch, small fractions of an inch, like we're to hundreds of an inch is how we measure our greens mowers. It's there's our water resources and our fertility applications. There's a lot of dials that we're in control of that you have to have all in balance. We cut our greens at 0.110 of an inch. Our surrounds are just above, they're at 0.300 now, and the rest of our surfaces are at 350.
The key was reconnecting the site with the Passamaquoddy Bay, which has 27-foot tides, and it's just visually incredible. And connecting the golf better back with that, but then also hearkening back to these Ross roots. And I think we accomplished that through the bunkering and strategies and some of our new green contouring and complexes. There are Ross courses in Canada, but the fact that there's no plans for a lot of them is almost sad. And we had all 18 holes at Algonquin, so we really felt like we had to do something with it.
The story goes, in 1894, they wanted to bring a golf course to St. Andrews, so they built 6 holes around the hotel, and it became pretty popular, so they decided they needed to make it an 8 or 9-hole endeavor, and they wanted it by the water. And then after, I think it was 20 years or so, they decided they needed to make this an 18-hole course. So they called in Donald Ross to submit a design. So in 1920, they built 27 holes here at the Algonquin. And then 1998, McBroom came in and turned this 27-hole property into an 18-hole championship course. And 2015 is when the renovation started here with Whitman and Cutten. I mean, hole number 1, you've got this nice easy tee shot. If you place it in the right spot, you've got a fairly easy second shot, so there's no problems there.
I had visions of a hole out, seeing as back-to-back trips I've had a hole in 1 and then an eagle, but it didn't happen today. We're gonna have to make birdie though.
Pretty braggy.
I know.
Shots, though.
And you get to number 2, and then you've got a gully to carry, some danger on the right-hand side that's very visible and obvious, and then there's a pond that's within reach that you cannot see. Which you think, we'll just cut the corner and we'll be in good shape, and then you end up in the pond or facing the pond for your second shot. So depending on the tee that you play, which most people don't play the right tees, so then they're coming in with a fairway wood over a pond that's approximately 60 yards long, taking over your entire second shot. It's the only hole on our golf course, I believe, that doesn't have a bunker, but that short grass bowl bunker kind of thing that we have on the left-hand side is equally as penalizing as the bunker shot.
There are certain holes that stood out the first time I played it, and there were certain holes that stood out this time for different reasons. Like 3 comes to mind. I thought that was one of the nicest looking par 3s I've seen in a long time. And for whatever reason, I didn't have that thought the first time I played it.
Hole 3 is just a beautiful little short par 3, surrounded just by a little small bunker, and then it just kind of falls off on the right-hand side. So that one there it's only about 150 yards from the silver tees. Once you go all the way back, you're playing about 210. So it takes a really solid shot. You got to keep it on the left-hand side if you want a relatively easy second shot if you don't hit the green.
Yeah, the interesting fact is we really wanted that left side to disappear, and it really should. A lot of the fourth was intended that you play down the right side, the angles that sets up. The left side is a bit of a cheat for a lot of those angles, and kind of it deflates a little bit of the strategies of that hole. So we'd love that side removed.
Nice.
Oh, how tough of a scene that is. This is a sad sight.
If I get this up and down, you give me $10.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Easy, partner.
Let's go.
Easy birdie.
Yeah, I go like if I was gonna think of a hole, like I really liked the one. I think it was 7. That down, that kind of like it felt like just an easy drive. But just like the fact that you could just hit it anywhere, but then you get up there, you're like, okay, definitely should not be on the right side. Like Brandon was totally blocked out on that shot, and then the green is just insane. And it's like, I like that one because it was more of a surprise.
That's wild.
Yeah. I feel like I could go up there if I wanted to. I could go here.
Yeah.
I'm going midway up it.
Okay.
Come over the hill.
You just missed it. Missed it.
Try.
Try, Brandon.
All right, Emil, we're on the 9th hole here.
Yeah.
I want to learn a little bit about who you are and your story and how you ended up here and what you've been doing with Depeche Golf recently.
I've been playing golf pretty much my whole life. Did get lucky to travel a lot as a kid with my family to play golf. Yeah, at some point during my studies, I just kind of wanted to continue this, but kind of, get an access to it of my own. And so started, combining kind of backpacking and golfing. Some point in that journey, I was just like, I guess not so many people are doing this, and then tried to make photos and video content of that. And my partner Mark and I, we started a new golf magazine, which, we're calling it a Golf and Culture magazine. So just kind of trying to get a deeper access to the game, a lot of design, photography, and stories in there. And we launched our first issue just a couple of weeks ago. It's quite a niche product.
Would you be offended or proud if somebody said, is Depeche Golf the European Golfers Journal?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, I guess like with the Golfers Journal, it's just like, I mean, it's the gold standard. I mean, it's just an amazing publication. Like, of course, there's similarities, and I think it is still US-centric, I mean, a lot of the stories are US-based. Mm-hmm. And then you've got the Links Diary in Scotland, and they're very like Scotland and a bit of UK-focused. Our kind of hope is that we can kind of be part of like, actually like the scene, like finding itself like throughout Europe. And then, kind of a month ago, you asked me if I want to go on this trip. Didn't expect to be here this quickly.
I've already hit one flagstick today, and it was on something similar to this, so that thing would have been so far gone if it hadn't hit.
Someone to hold me down. I'm gonna need someone to care. I'm gonna rise and shake my body I start blowing down my hair. I'm gonna cover myself with
Who set the 1 on 10 yesterday?
Gotta be coming around too soon. Yeah, you give him shit.
son of a bitch.
I saw this tomorrow. I was like, oh man, for Saturday? Yeah.
You're either making 3 or 5 here.
Yeah. Taking it right off the green. Yeah, deadly.
Basically, holes 10, 11 were completely new because 10 didn't exist. There's an old 10 that's sort of away from the water behind the clubhouse in the forest. Gave them a long par 3 and a long par 5 that the routing didn't have. I pushed the 11th green down closer to the water, added a new tee for 12, rebuilt that green as well.
11's I think is our longest par 5 on the golf course. It's a double blind shot, so you're blind off the tee, blind on your second shot, and then you've got a set of 3 bunkers that are probably 60 yards short of the green on the right-hand side that you need to avoid. They're deep bunkers. A firm hole, it's fast, you have to land it short, and if you go along on that hole, you most likely won't find your ball, and you won't have any idea where it is because your second shot is blind. So it's a really tough par 5 that takes 3 really good shots to get down there. 12 is our unofficial signature hole, I think. I mean, it's a short par 3, reminiscing of the 7th hole at Pebble. You're hitting, a wedge or maybe a short iron off the tee. A big elevation change. There's a predominant wind, but it changes with the tide, so it's always changing directions. I've hit anything from a chip lob wedge to a hard 5-iron, depending on the day. Again, it takes a very special shot on that hole. You have to land it on the green to stay on the green. I'd say the people's favorite hole on the golf course is the short hole. Everyone can reach it. You can get away with a bad shot and get on the green. Yeah, with the wind, it's a tough par.
Added a new back tee for 13 and put that hole, instead of playing, your ball playing downhill at the water where a lot of people just blew it through the fairway and off. We now have this hole that plays properly along the water, which allowed us to also move 16 green, pushing that back and redoing that green.
You've got the town of St. Andrews as your backdrop, and you're, like I said, you're right along the edge. The fairway slopes left to right towards the water. It's, depending on the tee you're playing, you can barely see the fairway, so it's a bit of an intimidating tee shot, even though the hole is only 480 yards from the tips, and it's a short par 5. It's one of the hardest for a lot of people. They have 2 long shots that they have to hit where the water's on the right-hand side. The fairway's very firm, so everything kicks towards the right-hand side.
13's got some roll on it too. Yeah, we just cut out the front left side of 13. It had grown, everything changes shape over time. And we've cut it back out probably 3 or 4 mower widths. And there's all of a sudden, there's little spots like you can tuck it behind mounds, and yeah, you can make it fun. You can make it, that's what, with the undulations out there, you can make it easy, you can make it tough.
Algonquin, for me, I don't know if there's a word to describe it, but I was talking to Pat mid-round, after round, like it was almost like a developing situation for me, where first I came in thinking this place is going to be, incredible. I knew it was really high on people's rankings. I knew the work was really well done. And then I don't know, it's just like I got out there and I was like, okay. I saw some interest here and there, and I would go through waves of like, this is really interesting, and then this is just like, okay, I'm trying to just see what's special about it, and it just was a developing situation for me. Because then, after the fact, I realized like how much fun I had around the greens, and I felt like my mind was working a lot that round.
17 was one that was split, that we put central bunker in that replaced trees. We really tried to to eliminate the one side being much more dominated than the other, which was a lot of those strategies of those holes. It really wasn't. There really wasn't a decision to be made of why you go one or the other. And I think a lot of our fixes to that was putting centerline features or intended to get rid of part of the fairway.
Let's go to Emil. First Canadian golf course.
Strong. I don't know, like really strong.
4! I did yell 4.
I mean, it was just a really good introduction because it had everything. Like it had everything that like all of the other courses kind of had. You know, like sort of routing, walk in the park to sea. It had like every course was near a lake or the sea. We played. It had the kind of runoffy kind of. It played quite bouncy. I mean, just a really good course, really.
I mean, rip the Band-Aid too. Day one, you throw me and Emil in a room together. Like, neither of us know each other. I know you guys. That could have at least been like my ease into this. Is like, okay, you're staying with Pat tonight. No, let's just put you with Emil. Yeah.
Well, next time I'm giving you Alex because he's snoring the whole
I mean,
night,
that was just ripping the band. It was perfect.
It was fun. It was a good one-on-one.
It may have been my favorite place we stayed. Just the history of the hotel. Like, it may. I mean. It may have been my favorite place I stayed.
You know, everyone's got their own little, you know, individual characters. We got the putter heads and whatever. You know, just as one example.
Just call him Putterhead.
He's the Putterhead cover guy.
Let's picture
He
like a
loves
little
Putterhead
bobblehead
covers.
putter.
Do you think we can convince Brandon to get the most expensive head cover in here?
I think some dormy head covers just showed up, is what I heard.
Right down the bottom.
Yeah.
They're at the bottom.
We're trying to convince one of our
We
guys
gotta-
collects putter covers, so we're going to convince him to get the most expensive one possible.
They're superb. They are beautiful. They're right down the bottom. Just came in last week.
Hello. Yeah, right here.
Sheesh.
Dormy ones look crispy.
Yeah, they're
pretty crispy.
So you can tell it's the good stuff.
Oh, the brown one.
Just by looking at it. Yeah, the brown one I think is where I'm going with this.
119. You know what? Could be worse.
Yeah. Well, like the green stitching too.
Mm.
Yeah. Breaking news. There's these ones also. There's the PRG ones. See, the green with the red stitching is pretty nice, and it's like the all over pattern, which I think works really well with the logo. Yeah, I think maybe I'll go with that. You don't have to go with premium just because it's available. You know, you can go with something more budget friendly.
Did you guys get one of these yesterday?
As long as it's important to you.
Would you like a Walmart?
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
There's one. There's one. Here, look, I also got these for you.
Mr. Eclectic finding the
See,
stuff to collect.
see, you buy $300 head covers. I take the free wooden ball marks.
Okay, I'll get the dormy one. About variety, every course has its own personality, you know.
I like it.
Try to capture it in the head cover.
He's gonna be so mad at me by the end of this trip. He's gonna be like, I spent $3,000 on Dormy Workshop.